broke off, or broke halfway off, and then this tooth down here, the top of it broke completely off, and the roots are still down in my gums.
So you're concerned about that?
Yeah.
Why are you concerned about? What was one of the reasons you told me yesterday?
Because I'm breastfeeding, and there's pus that comes out of my tooth, and I'm worried that the poison's going to go to the baby.
Okay, now you're here today to have that tooth up top and the one next to it, and then of course one down on the bottom here, removed. Now, what stands out in my mind is when I look at this tooth is both of these teeth have had root canals. Okay, this molar over here and this bicuspid over here that we're going to take out. Both of those have had root canals. Now, seeing as how you're 20 years old and those root canals look like they were done a couple of years ago, did anyone say anything to you or ask you any questions about your teeth?
No.
No. And what you can see is down the lower left side, the molar is completely covered up by gums. You can see it on the x-ray, but there's really nothing in the mouth to look at. At least not from here. And what we can see here on the right side is pretty much total destruction of the first molar and the second bicuspid. We'll be taking that out in just a couple of minutes. All right, hold on. That's one root. We can pull it here. Ready? There we go. And if you look back here on the left-hand side, if you look, you'll notice he's getting cervical breakdown along the facial surface of the molar. This is, once again, pathognomonic or very indicative of someone that's been using crystal meth. Cervical breakdown on the teeth. Okay, let's just go back here. And we're going to try and get this little guy out. Ready? Here comes the last one here. Now we can see how nice a job we did on the root canal. Look, that little bit though. But we did lose a little buckle down there, unfortunately. Okay. Agua. How you doing, Amanda?
Wonderful.
My name is Matt. I got a really bad toothache.
What happened?
Oh, I think it's a sad result of doing meth.
And here you can see your lower right molar down here, and if you notice, most of the coronal structure has been destroyed and you have a nice abscess down there. So we'll see you tomorrow morning to follow up on that little swollen up area here. I'll see. Okay, and we'll see how you're doing tomorrow. Okay, you should be doing just fine. We've got a lot of pus out of there.
They act as if doing drugs is no big deal. Everybody's doing it. Everybody isn't doing it.
Because I took Ritalin, which is a form of methamphetamines, but it's prescribed. I was off my medication at the time, and I did it, and boy howdy, it just made me feel a lot better than the Ritalin did. It made me feel like I could concentrate, but after being up for a day, you want more the next day, more the next day, more the next day. It was just an ongoing process. So basically, I got hooked the first time I ever did it.
You got hooked the first time?
Yeah.
Close the mouth down just a little bit, and you can see pretty much down on those lower molars, he's had decalcification to the point that it's basically stained the teeth as it's taken away the integrity of the enamel structure there. We're here at Union Mine High School. Union Mine is the newest of 4 high schools in the El Dorado Union High School District, and this is a school to be proud of. This school has adopted, once again, like the rest of the district, this video as part of a drug proofing program for their kids and their health programs. What we want to do is have the teachers able to recognize what the signs and symptoms are of drug use. So when you were at Markham, and you were using Markham Elementary School, right?
Middle school.
Markham Middle School.
Middle school.
And you were using methamphetamine regularly to the point that you weren't going to classes. Where were you getting your meth?
One of the kids at school.
One of the kids at school. Did you feel there were a lot of other kids using drugs at your school?
I know there was a lot of other kids using drugs at my school.
Do you feel the administrators were aware of this problem?
I think so. I think so.
They were fully aware, but there was really nothing they could do about it. There was a mass quantity of us students doing it, so really it was kind of out of their hands.
I don't see how they could have not known what we were up to.
What we want to do is have the teachers able to recognize what the signs and symptoms are of drug use. This drug, crystal meth, is particularly dangerous. It causes paranoia, schizophrenia, sometimes violent behavior, inattentiveness, inability to sit still, inability to sleep, and sometimes prolonged periods of sleeping. It causes the cells in the brain, the neurons, to have a sustained release of dopamine, making the kid feel really, really great until he runs out of dopamine in his neurons, and then he feels really, really bad, and he crashes. So what does he do to make up for that? He takes more methamphetamine. This is called tweaking. We have to be able to recognize the signs and symptoms. So many of these kids have been to healthcare professionals, they've been to dentists, doctors, behavioral specialists, they've been to the guidance counselor skazillion times. They finally get kicked out of school, but nobody recognizes that these kids have, in actuality, a drug problem. And our question is, how do we deal with it? How can we approach it? And what can we do to keep these kids from being on drugs in the first place? Did you notice a change in your grades when you started using these drugs?
Yeah.
What happened to your grades?
Oh, I started failing my classes. I never graduated. I only made it to 11th grade.
Did any of your counselors call you in and talk to you about that?
No.
Did you end up doing a lot of tweaking?
I ended up doing a lot, yeah. I spent about $3,000 in 1 week with my best friend.
Where'd you get the money?
I stole it. Stole it from my mom, actually.
Well, like, in middle school, like, I think my grades were pretty good, but as soon as I went into high school, they started slipping, like, probably like D's and F's.
So you went from like A's and B's?
Yeah, to A's and B's.
Down
like,
to?
Yeah.
You did.
I got expelled from El Dorado High School for drinking. I never graduated Independence because I was using meth. I was smoking a lot of pot.
Did they expel you from Independence?
No, I just pretty much quit. We all just voluntarily quit.
Why did you start with methamphetamines?
To lose weight and...
Did you lose weight?
Oh yeah.
I had dry mouth, but I always drank a lot of soda. I barely ate. I never brushed my teeth because I'd always forget.
Did you notice any changes in your teeth after you
Yes.
were using it? What happened?
They would hurt. And then the more meth you did, the less it hurt.
So you would take more meth to...
Yep. The more meth you use, the less it hurts.
Well, my name is Audrey Goodis, and I'm the chairperson for the science department here at Union Mine.
How's your memory from those years?
Foggy,
Foggy?
very foggy.
Blood circulation in the brain is decreased so that when they take pictures of the brain and its blood flow, they actually find what look like areas of holes in the brain where there is no blood flow. And this is unrepairable. This damage seems to last 5 years after the person is no longer using those drugs. So these holes in the brain where they're not getting any, the brain's not getting any nutrition now, are causing areas of the brain to die.
I have good memory, but remembering things from when I was on drugs, I don't really remember that much. Somebody will tell me I've done something and I'm like, oh really? I don't really remember. You know, I can't remember specific dates and times or how long things took place just because I was